Hello, welcome back to Erica's Welsh Garden. Thank you so much for joining me today. When I woke up this morning and was planning the video that I was going to film today and what I was going to call it, the weather was very different, but I still stand by the title of the video, which is making the best of a bad situation. And the reason is, I'm in the greenhouse now, the sun is shining, but over the last 3 weeks now, it has really struggled in here to actually reach any good temperatures. At the moment though, we are on 32.9 degrees centigrade, so it's actually very warm in here. But with the greenhouse thermometer that I use, it has an app. And it was only $14.99 from Amazon, and I absolutely love it. The app works via Bluetooth, so you can either be out here next to it and load all the information up, or I can be in the house, which is pretty good. But if I show you the kind of thermometer over the last month or so, you can see kind of towards last month it was getting really high in here and really low temperatures at night. So you were looking, I think the highest was 60 degrees centigrade in the day, and then it got all the way down to like minus, well, half a degree. But in the last 3 weeks now, it's just really struggled. You can see it's kind of just been, not getting freezing at night, but it's not getting warm in the day, and everything has really kind of struggled to thrive in here. And as you saw in my last video, my tomatoes aren't doing very well in here, and just things are being slow. And you can see behind me in the back that my grass there is completely littered with pots all over the place. So what I've decided to do today is actually tidy up all of these pots and things that are all over the place, and I'm going to take them up to the polytunnel. The reason for that is the polytunnel, I'm not sure why, but it just seems like only a little bit of sun and the whole polytunnel is just bright and warm, whereas in here it just seems when the sun is out we've got kind of blasting temperatures where the sun is shining, and then we've got shade as well. But also I've got the 2 raised beds here that I'm going to be putting my tomatoes in, but I've also got some of my beans down there already growing. So where I've been kind of putting all of the pots and stuff on top of this bed, it just seems a little bit of a bad use of space, because up in the polytunnel there are still areas with cardboard down that I haven't got compost on. I can't afford it and I've run out of compost. So it's not going to be until, I'm wanting to plant things out and I want to invest in compost, which will be at the earliest next month. So if I move all of these things up into the polytunnel today, I can then have some room in here where I can actually start putting some things in the raised beds. Apart from 2 lots of beans, 1 outside. I don't know if you can see there, there's like a random pot with glass on the top. I've got some beans out there and some beans in here, but I can then actually fill up the rest of the raised bed with salad leaves and things like radishes and more beans, so that they can grow kind of around the halos that I've got for my tomatoes to grow in. So a little bit of a long-winded start to the video there, but I'm kind of just feeling like I come in here, nothing's growing and it's a mess. So if I start moving these things up there, be a little bit tidier and the best use of space. So I'm going to stop talking now and I'm going to start getting this stuff up into the polytunnel. I'm so sorry as well, I forgot to explain, although the weather is really nice today and I'm so grateful of that, we are actually due torrential rain all weekend and bad weather for the next 8 days after that. And that is the reason that I'm kind of feeling now that I just have to kind of make the best use of space, try and get things out of the greenhouse, because I'm not going to be able to actually put them in the ground anytime soon. I'm very lucky here in the garden, and my woodland doesn't seem to have been affected by any of the frosts. I haven't had any ground frosts in either of those places, but my allotment is a very kind of big area. It gets very windy, and my seedlings are actually too small, even if it was kind of the right temperature and stuff to go out. They're too small at the moment, so they all need to be grown on a little bit more. that is everything out of the long raised bed now. All I've got left over in there is some of my squash plants. I'll be potting them up later, but I've got about 20 minutes now before I need to go on the school run. So what I think I'm going to do is, where I have my salad leaves on the floor in the greenhouse, the bigger ones I'm going to put in the long raised bed so we can start harvesting those now. Clear up a bit of room on the floor, but then use those trays to resow some more of the salad. So out of the 4 trays of salad that I've got on the floor in the big kind of rectangular tray, I've got 2 trays, one here and here, that seem to be doing pretty well, and they're big enough to actually go in. This one here is oriental leaves, and you can see there that they are getting quite big, and you know, you could probably just look after them in one of these, use them as a cut and come again, but I wouldn't mind like having a little bit more longevity out of them and having room to actually sow some more. So they'll be going in, and then this kind of broken seed kind of cell thing here has got about about 6, maybe 7 plants in there that I can also put in here as well, because it'd be really nice now to start actually having some daily salad leaves, and if I can keep that going throughout the year, I'll be very happy. The first thing I've done here is just put the tomato halos out. My tomatoes aren't ready to go in, but if I put them in the right place, I know that I can plant around them. Look at the roots on this, they're definitely ready to go into the soil. I'm really sorry that the camera just cut off then. I think it was a little bit too hot for it in the greenhouse, but I'm really pleased now that I've managed to get 2 lots of salad crops in the bed, and they can just start growing now, and it's gone a little bit kind of cloudy now. So if we do have this week of torrential rain planned, they should establish really well in there, and we should be able to start picking them really within a couple of days. I've also managed to pot on some of my squash and my pumpkins, the tromboncino and the Jack of All, which is really good because they're in these tiny little pots that I love using, but they have run out of room in there. So I've put those in those metal trays, and somebody, I'm not sure who it was, told me that if you go and buy these like roasting trays from the shops, they are perfect as drip trays. So I picked up 2 of those for 59p this morning, and I'm so pleased with them. Got to tell you a secret, I did actually buy 2 of those a couple of weeks ago, and I got them out of the car, put them on the roof of the car, went inside, and then totally forgot about them, remembered later on, and unfortunately the wind had come and someone had ran them over, and they were completely flat. So but yeah, sorry, just went off a little tangent there, but I'm so pleased that I've got some of my courgettes and, well, some of my pumpkins transplanted, which is great, so they can start growing. And I've also put another tray of some salad leaves in, but I can't remember what they're called. So anyway, there you go. I'm really sorry if it's been a little bit of a bitty video, but it really shows how much you can do if you've only got an hour to do any gardening. So thank you so much for watching. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, please do hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified of all of my latest videos. As ever, YouTube have some videos up now on the screen that they think you'll like, so please go ahead and watch those, and I'll catch up with you in the next episode. Bye!